Canelo is too small for me, and yes, I want to kick his ass because like it's my job. I'm crusher.
This guy is a mean fighter. Sinister.
On the evening of November 2nd, 2019, the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas was packed. Legendary Mexican boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez was taking a huge risk, jumping up several weight classes to challenge one of the most fearsome boxers of our time, Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev. Standing next to the powerful Russian, Canelo looked almost like a boy, but that was the intrigue of the fight. The Mexican fighter dared to face the biggest and most intimidating opponent of his career, ultimately doing something that would later shake the boxing world. By that time, Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev was the terror of the light heavyweight division. The Russian puncher from the harsh Urals had earned a reputation as a man who knocked out nearly everyone he faced.
Down goes Agnew on a Kovalev.
Con el guante derecho.
At the peak of his career, Kovalev had crushed legendary Bernard Hopkins and held 3 championship belts simultaneously. His nickname, Crusher, perfectly captured his style. A crushing jab, devastating straight right, and the cold composure of a Terminator.
Hard right hand by Kovalev. Big right hand. Pascal's over the rope. Down goes Ford. Looks like he just broke Muhammad's nose.
But by 2019, Sergey's career had become a roller coaster ride. He had endured bitter defeats to Andre Ward.
Ward, like the smart finisher that he is, trying to go to the body until he reaches the finish.
And lost his belt to Eleider Alvarez's knockout punch. However, he managed to bounce back, defeating young contender Anthony Yarde in a dramatic fight to reclaim his WBO title.
And the right, he's got the champion going. Oh, tremendous attack. Big headshots from Yarde. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. It was the left hand that did it.
That bout revealed 2 sides of Sergey. On one hand, a dangerous veteran with vast experience. On the other, an aging fighter who tired in the later rounds. Many questioned whether the Crusher had lost his destructive power.
This fight, I believe, is made at the right time. In Canelo's favor, not in Kovalev's favor. Now, you give me Kovalev a couple of years back before he fought Andre Ward. Now, it'd be a different story. It'd be a different story. But he is watered down. I have to tell you that. And he's older now. He's not the same, and you saw that in the last fight.
Meanwhile, by 2019, Alvarez was at the peak of his powers. Canelo had already established himself as a world champion across 3 weight divisions, defeating legends like Miguel Cotto and Gennady Golovkin. His granite chin, predatory counterattacks, and signature body shots had made him one of the planet's best boxers.
Gets the land. There's a perfect straight right hand. Down goes Beldenir. Throwing back Alvarez, targeting right hand. Tremendous right hand.
But Canelo's appetite was growing. He wanted more. Instead of pursuing a 3rd fight with Golovkin or comfortably defending his titles, he chose adventure. He decided to jump up 2 full weight classes to light heavyweight and challenge the most dangerous champion in that division. This decision meant fighting a bigger, stronger opponent on his home turf. Canelo understood the risk. One punch from a light heavyweight could knock out even the most skilled boxer. Despite knowing all these risks before the fight, Canelo still radiated confidence.
I never thinking about the size.
Okay.
You know, the fighters I fought right now they are bigger than me because I'm short for this weight class. But I don't really care about the size because I'm very smart and I'm strong. So I think size doesn't matter.
Even before the opening bell, the fight was dubbed a classic David versus Goliath showdown. The size difference was undeniable. At 5 feet 8 inches, Canelo looked dwarfed by the 6 feet 1 inch Kovalev, who also had a 5-inch reach advantage. Many questioned if Canelo could even connect with Sergey's
Stretch
jaw.
your hand out, your arm out. That's a big reach advantage you're gonna have. Canelo's gonna be trying to move in. I think your jab is going to play a big role in this fight.
Weight was another major factor. Canelo, who started his career at welterweight, had never fought this heavy before. How would his body react to a light heavyweight's punch? Could his durability and defense withstand a shot from the Crusher? Even the Russian himself was surprised by the Mexican's boldness.
Yes, when they just said me like, hey, Canelo wants to fight you, like, I said, hey, you're kidding me, like, he said, no, really.
On the other hand, experts pointed out Kovalev's weaknesses. Body shots were his Achilles heel, as Andre Ward proved, and even Yardy had shaken Sergey with a liver shot. And who is the master of body punches? Canelo, the king of the body hook. His trainers were clearly counting on this weapon. The fight was shaping up to be a chess match with a touch of Russian roulette, youth and speed against experience and size.
Я думаю, что Ковалев от этого... Я не знаю, кто выиграет, но я знаю, что... Я не знаю, кто победит, но я знаю, что Ковалев от этого боя выиграет гораздо больше, чем Canelo.
At the pre-fight press conferences, both fighters were respectful, skipping the usual trash talk. But the tension was palpable.
I'm really think so that this is a very big test for me in my boxing career because this is one of the best fighter in the world.
Sé que va a ser la pelea más complicada de mi carrera.
I know it's going to be my most difficult fight of my profession.
Canelo risked his reputation and health. A single knockout could shatter his dreams of greatness. Kovalev risked his elite career. A loss to a smaller opponent would be a devastating blow. Bookmakers favored the younger, faster Canelo, but many experts predicted a grueling fight. Finally, after months of preparation, fight night arrived. Finally, after months of preparation and respectful press conferences, fight night arrived. The arena was a sea of Mexican pride. Fans filled the seats, waving the nation's tricolor flag and chanting, "Canelo." A few Russian flags dotted the crowd, waving silently as a cold and focused Kovalev made his entrance. The size difference was stark as the two fighters met in the center of the ring. The red-headed Mexican in red and white trunks stood opposite the tall Russian in black and gold with Crusher emblazoned across his shorts. The referee gave his final instructions, and fight began.
Until they get in there and fight. And here we go.
The fight began cautiously, with Kovalev working his jab from distance while Canelo maintained a tight guard, studying his opponent carefully. In the third round, Sergey attempted to impose his rhythm, leveraging his reach advantage. However, Canelo defended effectively, seeming to shield himself behind an invisible barrier.
So not a lot happening at the moment. They just done Kovalev work. He's putting pressure on him. They'll actually do it.
Canelo's face blocking the vision.
Time in the range. Problem knowing the fighter Canelo is, he's watching that.
He's right hand. Canelo has immediately let the left hook go.
Yeah, that's his counter. And you know, that makes it easier for Canelo then.
Change of angle could find a way through this defense.
Canelo's just making Kovalev work here. You know, he's nice and back. You know, these are the shots he wants to do. Another one. I'm surprised someone of his experience is, you know, he's tucked up nice and tight. He's taking them shots, and we've seen Kovalev have stamina.
Popping out that lead hand.
For Canelo, he got closer. He touched the face. He landed out of the head. Bro, he's nothing on. You can't see nothing on. He's just popped.
Just on the borderline of range, shift into a kind of southpaw. Kovalev mainly just catching gloves there.
Shots, I think both got the type of power.
Kovalev rather has been certainly the busier of the two on the line. That currently in the possession of Sergey Kovalev.
Good left hook. Every time he throws that right hand, that left hook counter comes. This isn't taking a lot of Alvarez.
Combinations from Kovalev just catch.
You can see Canelo, he's just assessing it while making Kovalev work. You know, Kovalev, I try and push Canelo back.
He's not in any discomfort. What?
You know, he's walking forward, he's taking loads of shots. Kovalev's not landing.
Just looking to shoot the jab there, Canelo. 3 rounds to 1 up. You gave him the first, you gave Canelo the second. We've been saying, although Kovalev's work might not be getting through clean, and
he's not making a lower dent in him, and Canelo's not making it. He's coming here, looking to get close and land that body shot, and it's all part of the strategy. And the thing is, good left.
See from Kovalev, it's just at what point you feel
starting to come into effect, and he's blocking. Good left one. Good body shot back by Kovalev.
10 or 15 seconds for Kovalev. Again, just dipping at the
By the
waist.
middle of the bout, the fight had evolved into a tactical duel resembling a chess match. Alvarez began systematically targeting Kovalev's body, visibly troubling the Russian fighter. Meanwhile, the Crusher responded with sharp jabs and combinations, building the tension throughout the fight.
Hands are coming, he's just pulling back. Down with the body shot. You can see exactly how the fight is taking place at.
The Mexican lets it grew a bit here in the middle rounds. Good.
Good shot with the right back. For me, Kovalev's got a bit of Kovalev than it is of Canelo. And Kovalev step to his right once, he's constantly going to the left.
And he was just getting backed up the fight. And that's what Kovalev has seen all throughout.
He doesn't want to work. Kovalev used to dictate, take him in, get close and walk him back. But for Kovalev, the closer Canelo gets, the more Kovalev
does that. He needs to make sure he gets a hold of him. Work done, left hand there just causes Kovalev to back up.
At the moment, he's just using the jabs like a panicky type jab. Yeah, it's just a thing that happens. Come close. Canelo's trying to get close. It's a signature Kovalev shot. Another shot again.
Almost.
Yeah, but it all comes from a jab. But this is where Kovalev should be doing, keeping
here really when he needed one, and unless the feeling that there is a bit more to come from Kovalev, just catches Canelo. Kovalev 5-3 up.
This fight hasn't been fought at a high pace, and I think this
corner's nice and calm, and Gennady Golovkin is of the opinion that if it goes and Canelo Alvarez, the Kovalev certainly can't allow anything like that to get into his...
That's right hand again. But just not throwing enough punches. That's a bit better by Canelo, but Kovalev
taking a little bit of control of it. It hasn't happened.
No, he's not. He's looking for them single shots.
In the championship round, Sergey Kovalev noticeably slowed down, his punches losing their former power. Canelo, conversely, increased his output with more powerful, emphatic strikes.
On August the 24th, there's no doubt as to who...
But then again, it could work in Kovalev's favour. We all know about it.
But then just a little bit crude with
more shots. Then he just goes into his shell again when he's happy, just taking shots.
Well, maybe he's feeling these shots from Kovalev more.
Good boxing break, and he's showing that here tonight.
Effect. Looking to try and...
The climax arrived in the 11th round. Despite his fatigue, Sergey continued to maintain distance with his jab and defended admirably. However, Canelo waited for the perfect moment and delivered a lightning-fast left hook directly to the jaw, followed by a devastating right straight. Kovalev collapsed to the canvas.
This is
trying to explode into that left jab.
Good shot by Canelo.
Really caught fire.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's caught it with the left hand, and his balance
just went completely, and the referee waves this one over, and just like that, just as I was saying that the fight had never really caught fire, Canelo Alvarez explodes and ends it. Wow!
An unbelievable scene is unfolding in the arena. The crowd just watched as a smaller fighter knocked out a formidable heavyweight champion. Canelo, smiling, hugs his trainers. They drape the WBO championship belt over his shoulders and place a black cap on his head that reads, Canelo 4 times world champion. He has now officially won titles in 4 different weight classes, matching the achievement of Mexico's greatest legends.
By KO victory, and now a 4-division world champion, he is Saul Canelo.
History has been made, and what about Kovalev? Sergey, having recovered from the knockout, carries himself with dignity. He smiles sadly and shakes the winner's hand, honestly admitting Canelo was the stronger man tonight. Later, in an interview, Kovalev will say that Canelo was faster and had more endurance than he expected. He was fresher than me, but it's okay. I'll come back stronger, Sergey asserts, showing that the defeat hasn't broken him, and a $15 million check probably helps.